Microsoft says they're capacity constrained because they got a lot of demand for Copilot, right? And I think the real enterprise Copilot, right? Glean has gone from enterprise search to being, that enterprise assistant. I would say this: you and I have some debate about this, whether or not we're actually seeing the end user demand, whether or not the solutions are good enough to unlock that demand. I tend to be on the positive side of that question, based on the companies we're seeing, based upon folks like Satya saying that we're capacity constrained. But I will also stipulate, just as a risk factor in the public markets, the idea that we're going to go through this phase shift with CapEx and revenues perfectly aligned and perfectly matched, right? It would be the first major phase shift we went through where that's the case. In the case of the internet, CapEx got way out ahead of early revenues. In the case of cloud, CapEx ahead of early revenues. Mobile, same thing. So, in fact, I think what you're hearing out of these CEOs, once they're cautioning us, they're saying there's going to be a period of time here where we have really high CapEx relative to our revenues, but it's the right bet to make when you look at a 3 to 5 year time horizon. And I would say on that dimension, each of those prior super cycles were underestimated when you looked at them 3 to 5 years out.
Yeah. And just to put a nail in the point I was making, I see a ton of great use cases, and I'm super excited about everything I've seen. There are statements that are continually made that I think are over the top. I don't think this replaces all software. I don't think people are going to be sitting around jobless and need UBI. I don't think, I don't think that all software just goes away.